drive society forward with automobiles. This commitment is not something that we realized during the COVID-19 crisis. It is exactly the commitment of Akio Toyoda when he founded Toyota, improve the quality of life of the Japanese people with automobiles. Due to the so-called case revolution, the automobile industry is in a once-in-a-century period of profound transformation. These are times in which the future is unclear and there are no right answers. To where are we headed? To answer that question, I realized that we needed to know from where we came. Please have a look at this conical shape. This graph was put together more than 60 years ago by our then top management after the passing of Kiichiro to guide them as they carried forth the baton passed down to them. I believe that to help Toyota move even further forward in a united way, top management at the time thought about what Toyota was and believed that the origin of Toyota should not be forgotten. Toyota, though born in Japan, has expanded its presence around the world. Now, we find that we are living in an era of profound transformation. For our 370,000 people worldwide and their families, as well as for the next generation that will support the Toyota of the future, in our Toyota's philosophy, we have defined our mission as producing happiness for all. Even though Sakichi Toyoda made a loom and Kiichiro made an automobile, I think that what they truly wanted to make was a sense of happiness for any customer who used their products, as well as happiness for all the people involved in work related to those products. We realize that even if we change what we make, our pursuit of happiness will never change. And our vision, as defined in our Toyota philosophy, is creating mobility for all. After all, we are in the car business. Therefore, I would like to continue to be discerning when it comes to mobility. And we use the word mobility with an added meaning. That meaning is each person should take action. What is required of us now is that each Toyota person takes actions that lead to the happiness of humankind, including concerning the global environment. I believe that the Toyota philosophy, which is a continuation of the Toyota precepts, is the very spirit of the Sustainable Development Goals. And I believe that management based on this philosophy will lead to sustainable efforts toward achieving these goals, along with the aim of international society to make a better world. Even now, during the COVID-19 crisis, many people around the world are doing their best to survive while enduring hardship. With Toyota's mission being producing happiness for all, we want to work, especially in these times of emergency, for someone other than ourselves, as well as for society and the future. Going forward, we will be tested whether or not we can truly mass-produce happiness. We will be grateful if we could receive strict yet warm guidance and support from all of our stakeholders, including you who are here with us today.
Those comments from Akio Toyoda make it very clear. Our mission is to provide goods and services that make people throughout the world happy. As our president said, we will be resolute in producing happiness for all. This thinking has changed Toyota's vision of the future. We now see ourselves as a mobility provider, not just a car maker. By supporting mobility for all, we can make a sustainable contribution to our mission of mass-producing human happiness. So, sustainability is not just something we think about occasionally. It is central to what we have been doing all the time. This thinking may sound new, but the seeds of today's progress were planted in Toyota's past. As our president said in the video, mobility for all has evolved from Toyota's timeless values and beliefs, and so has our focus on people. Our founder, Akio Toyoda, believed in taking a you perspective and thinking about other people. Akio Toyoda referred just now to how Akio Toyoda set out to help his mother when making hand looms. He saw his mother struggling and wanted to find a better way. So he invented an automated loom which could be operated with one hand. It made his mother's work easier, but also increased productivity. Similarly, he noticed workers were damaging their lungs, sucking thread through wooden pipes. So he developed a system to make threading easier, which preserved his workers' health. In other words, he imagined a better way which served people and business alike. To make this a reality in the 21st century, we are moving faster and further than ever before. To mass-produce happiness, we need to make more than cars, vans, and trucks. We need to align with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, Green Deal, and a better future. We have always put our customers first, but now we have extended this commitment, putting people first, and aiming to serve society as a whole. This explains why we see the SDGs as an inspiration. They create clear points of focus, letting us contribute through what we do already and what we hope to do next. This way of looking at things is uniting us, not just as a business, but as individuals. When I talked to President Toyoda recently, he made it clear to me that every person in the company should be focusing on what they can do to help people and the planet. Remember his comment in the video just now. Mobility includes the meaning that each person should take action. At Toyota, we think you can be a good business person as well as being a good human being. In fact, we believe you can only succeed sustainably when you act responsibly and with integrity. At this point, you might wonder how these goals and ideals can work alongside traditional business needs for growth and profit. Obviously, to remain viable, Toyota has to generate revenue. So we look at opportunities through two lenses. One determines the right thing to do. The other finds a way to make it work for us as a business. Inspired by our history and the SDGs, we believe that there is no alternative to sustainability in our business goals. These beliefs are built on strong financial foundations. When we presented Toyota's financial results in May, we were in the middle of the pandemic's first wave. Even in a shrinking market, we showed that our business was profitable and would stay that way. That's because we have always planned for the long term, establishing the resources needed to overcome short-term difficulties. To be ready for today, we have spent the last 10 years transforming our business, adapting our technologies and approach well ahead of market needs. Obviously, this version of sustainable thinking has helped our business and shareholders. Now, as we look at the future, we want to make a broader, deeper impact. I am truly excited about what we can achieve in the coming months and years. Our technologies can reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Our electrified vehicles can help contain global warming. Our technologies and designs can bring our target of zero traffic fatalities closer than ever. Our ambitious colleagues can build a urban city, an urban area of the future. And we can do even more by asking others to help us and by working in partnership together with other companies and you. Let's work together to make a better future. But the other way we can make a positive difference is by changing ourselves and the way we do business within Toyota. So, let me hand over to my colleague Miguel Fonseca to explain our ambitions and progress so far.
Thank you, Otsuka-san. You've just heard about a powerful concept, the idea that economies must work for people and the planet, an approach which is reflected in sustainable, long-term returns. You've heard how Toyota is making its contribution through our products and services. But here in Europe, we are also following the SDG lead through our social and employment practices. And these are guided by 3 explicit goals. The first one is to promote an inclusive and diverse society, an idea which starts with Toyota, but extends to our partners and customers. We are bringing inclusive design into our products and services and using our Start Your Impossible program to promote inclusivity, inspired by the spirit of our Olympic, Paralympic and Special Olympics athletes. Within Toyota, we are putting a real emphasis on attracting, developing and progressing our female talents. Our long-term vision and ultimate aim is to mirror society and achieve a 50-50 representation in all grades. This is ambitious and it will take time to achieve, but we have set ourselves challenging targets for 2025 and 2030 and implemented a bold and impactful 3-year plan to deliver transformative change. We are committed to develop talent internally and have already taken action to ensure 50% female graduate hires into the company. In addition, we have launched several successful initiatives to drive the rapid progression of women, particularly into management and executive roles. Our initial ambition is to reach a minimum 25% female representation within the entry-level management grade by 2025. In the past 2 years, over 50 high-potential women have taken part in a mentorship program, and we are about to launch our 3rd sponsorship program to increase the visibility and active support for women within the company. Just a few weeks ago, in November, we held our first ever European Women's Conference. This brought together almost 200 Toyota talented females and executives from across Europe to raise awareness, engage the whole company in a constructive dialogue, and empower women to accelerate transformation. In addition to these highlights, a network of volunteers has maintained a constant focus on gender diversity, running regular internal and external events. Alongside this focus on women, our diversity and inclusion strategy has led to 240 managers being trained in unconscious bias. And from January, all TME employees will be trained on inclusive behavior. This adds up to a huge training commitment, supported by a new concern resolution procedure. It's also a prime example on how Toyota can change at speed. Our second big target is employment equity. Our commitment to long-term sustainable employment starts with ensuring fairness and opportunities for every Toyota employee in Europe. It also includes employment and development opportunities through education and, critically, reskilling. For example, we have trained the digital and IT teams in Agile, implementing new ways of working across the company. We have also worked with the digital school ISDI in Madrid, training more than 250 managers on how to apply a startup mentality to problem resolution and innovation. This flexible mindset helped us last March, when we had to pack up our laptops and move our office into our homes overnight. This accelerated our digital transformation as never before. But it also gave us the chance to strengthen bonds with our employees, paying special attention to flexibility for parents and carers. We were also able to support mental and physical well-being, providing services and support tools, whilst increasing engagement and listening. Now, we are reflecting all these changes into our policies, giving our people more flexibility on how, where, and when they work. Our third ambition is to improve society through constant, sustainable innovation. One of our initiatives in this area is the Toyota Startup Awards. These provide an accelerator program for startup companies who excel in the field of inclusive mobility. In the 2020 edition, we have given awards to 5 startups. Each is currently benefiting from the Toyota Startup Accelerator program, dedicated coaching, and Toyota expertise, turning mobility for all into a reality. To support these changes, we are reshaping our operations, giving us the structures, systems, and mindset needed as we transform from an automotive business into a mobility company. I have just shared some real, substantial examples of amending the way we conduct business. Each provides practical proof that Toyota is adapting to and leading a changing world, not only by introducing new technologies like fuel cells and battery innovations, but also by making social contributions. Each of these initiatives reflects a step forward in our mission of producing happiness for all. I am sure you will agree that there is no better mission to be proud of. Thank you.